He's tracking for success courtesy of our great friends at MyFitnessPal. Pressure the Pistons early. Now, they had a 2-point lead in the first quarter, but they were starting to flip the game midway through the first quarter, Fezzi.
That's right. The Warriors came in the first quarter trying to find a rhythm in the Pistons home floor, but the bench did a great job. Came in with getting all the loose balls, and that's what led to the lead early.
And they take care of that basketball, take care of it. They did commit 7 turnovers in the second half, some late there, but for the most part, 15 and under is a nice number for the Warriors.
Fonte, but a good start because at halftime, points off turnovers is 20-10 Warriors. So they did establish themselves defensively, and they put an imprint on the game, which took the Detroit Pistons out of their rhythm.
And look, they had some great looks there, just shot 32.5% for the three-point line. They've been struggling from three over their last 3 games after having a back-to-back performance against Philadelphia and Memphis, in which they made a combined 46 threes, but 15 made threes, and you got foul money from Lindy Waters and Keith Santos.
And I like the fact when they were in the half court, they went back to basics, put the ball in the post to Draymond Green, their decision maker, and created good looks out of their split action. We saw several times. This Detroit Pistons team is much improved, but they're still young. You saw several times in that split action, miscommunication. We saw TJD dive to the basket for a dunk. We saw several times shooters get open. So their communication on a back-to-back was not where it needed to be. So I thought the Warriors did a much better job in the half court, executing and getting good looks for their shooters.
One thing I could be proud of for the Warriors, if you're watching, is you saw the Warriors execute against the zone tonight. Miami Heat, just a game ago, really took the Warriors out of their offense when they went into zone. The Warriors executed. They were moving the ball, were patient, got whatever shot they wanted in the zone, sometimes layups. That's what you want to see from the Warriors. You want them to attack the zone and want them to attack the paint, and not just settle for threes early in the offense.
Yeah, that's a great point, Festus. I thought against Cleveland and Miami, they were getting the ball to the middle and kind of throwing out and just casting up threes. I thought tonight they went to more ball screens.
Yep.
And the handler was not necessarily the shooter. We saw Guy Santos found Loon for a little dunk off that ball screen. They were screening Schroeder up top, but to make him a playmaker, not just to be a shooter.
All right, we have some crunch time drama because this game taking Harry down the stretch. Warriors are up 18, 98-80, with about 5 minutes of change left. And then you see here with the Warriors up 3, Kate Cunningham intentionally missing the free throw. But the referee said, oh, it didn't touch the rim, didn't touch the rim. But on second look at that there.
On first look. I mean second look.
Our second look here for the viewers.
We saw the referees. It would really help
my guy's name?
Mitchell Irvin.
Okay, Mitchell Irvin, thank you.
It would help if they were looking at the play, though. They weren't looking at all.
So, obviously, they review it. Pistons get the ball there. They set up a play, side out of bounds of Malik Beasley, who can hit that shot.
Yep.
And you mentioned it right away, Bully. Maybe if he pump fakes, gets to fly by, he may get a better look.
It wasn't the perfect defensive execution by the Warriors because he had a nice look. I think there was 4 seconds on the shot clock, so he probably could have head faked. It was a flyby. But you know what? A win is a win. The Warriors, they played well enough to win this game. They didn't finish very well.
I mean, like I said, you have a lot of things you can take away from this game. You like the fight. You like the rebounding. You like the fact that they turned the ball over only 15 times. There's a lot of things there. Execution at the end of the game, I thought the Warriors got tentative. Lack of execution towards the end of the game. Defensively, let a lot of things go by. Let Cade Cunningham get into the teeth of the defense. And then offensively, stop doing that themselves. The success the Warriors had all night was Dennis Schroeder or Guy Santos or whoever got the ball, Draymond Green, getting to the middle of the floor, making a play to the next guy open. And I thought that towards the end of the game, they got to just playing on the perimeter. That's what gets the Warriors in trouble.
And a lot of our talking points and Steve Kerr's talking points have been get off to a good start. And then other players step up if they're taking Steph out. Now, Steph goes 5 for 21, 2 of 14 from 3, but still 5 other players in double figures. You mentioned Santos. I thought Lindy Waters was big time. So those other players were playing as Steph was struggling. They stepped up, and that's what they need. Steph's not going to have many shooting nights like this, but you know defenses every night are going to key on him. So get comfortable by stepping up. And I think it's important early in the game they're aggressive. The game's always going to come back to Steph.
Yep.
If his teammates are scoring, at some point he's going to free up. It only takes him, a few minutes to get going. So I think it's really important, these other players continue to remain aggressive offensively.
Other than some meaningless minutes at the end of games and blowouts, Guy Santos hasn't played much basketball for the Golden State Warriors. But with them being so thin tonight, without J.K., without Paz, GP2, Andrew Wiggins, They needed somebody to step up, and boy, did Guy Santos step up. 4-6 from the three-point line, 13 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. He filled up the stat sheet here. And Guy Santos tied a career high with 13 points there. What a night for him, Pezzy Fell.
Next man up, Bonte. He came off the bench, ready to play tonight. Got to give Guy Santos a lot of credit. He came into the game very active. A lot of loose balls that weren't even 50-50 balls. But some of them he didn't even have a chance to go get. And he just gave the extra effort, gave the Warriors second chance possessions that led to threes, led to layups, got the offense going in the first half. I thought Guy Santos did a great job also hitting shots. He was 4 for 6 from the three-point line. We love to see that part. But I thought his movement, his activity, his rebounding, all those made a big impact on the game tonight.
Yeah, I think his 50-50 balls, the offensive rebounding, his deflections got him into the game.
Yep.
And then when he was open, he was so into the game, he was knocking down that three-point shot, which is, look, it's a huge factor.
Yep.
You know, he knocked down 4 threes. That's a huge factor. But you could tell as soon as he checked in, his energy was right, he was contributing, and those three-point shots really helped the Warriors build that early lead.
They're getting to a lot of 50-50 balls in the second quarter. Lindy Waters III, who's trying to come along here for the ride. Both of these guys have been in the G League for a long time. Been ready when their number is called. As said, Lindy Waters III has had a bit of a slump, but he's starting to come out of it over the last week and a half. And those 3 threes he hit in the first half were huge to extend that lead and open up an 82-point lead in the second quarter.
But look, once again, created by screen pin downs, Schroeder delivering the ball on time, on target. You know, then when you make a few, they're going to close out. He's got the answer with a nice 2-dribble pull-up there. So, again, I thought the Warriors did a much better job in the half court, running their shooters off screens, doing a better job screening. And when they came off those screens, they were shot ready, and they knocked most of them down. But, again, they only shot 32% from the three-point line. So we'll get back to Guy Santos. Those extra possessions. 21-6 on second chance points. That probably winds up being the big difference in the game.
Well, Lindy earlier in the season said he's got the strap on him, right? That strap is back, and the Warriors need it right now because you're missing a lot of your offensive firepower. So if you can come off the bench and give the Warriors 3 threes, come out and play defense. He had a block tonight, too.
Yep.
So doing it on both ends of the floor, Lindy bringing a lot of energy to the Warriors through the bench tonight.
And, of course, we mentioned minus Jonathan Kuminga, without Andrew Wiggins, and Steph going 5 for 21.
Wow.
All of a sudden, you think about that coming to the game. If you say that's going to happen on the road, winds up being a big win.
Huge, huge, huge for the Dubs. And I'm sure Steve Kerr is pleased as he's speaking to media right now, presented by BMW.
We just heard the large cheer sound like coming from the locker room. I'm guessing that was Guy Santos.
That was for Guy Santos, yeah.
I mean, it seems like it was pretty deserved.
Well deserved, you know. We talked before the game about how many battles can you win, little battles in the game, box out, loose balls. He won 1 million battles tonight. That's what wins games, you know. And he's been waiting all year, and he finally got his chance, and he delivered. And that's what this league is about. Ron Adams talks about it all the time. It's a production league. You get your chance, you got to take advantage of it. Guy was brilliant. And this game is about so much more than whether you make a shot or miss a shot. It's defense, it's rebounding, it's hustle, sprinting. It's everything you saw Guy do tonight. That's what wins games. So that's why he got the ovation, because the guys recognize that. He was fantastic.
Given all the injuries to the roster, did you know he would play a big factor tonight?
Yeah. We knew he would play. We didn't know if he'd play a big factor, but we knew he'd play. And he came in and immediately made his imprint on the game.
In that first half in particular, how did that physicality lead, defensively lead to offense? What did you see? What kind of synergy did you see defensively and offensively?
Well, again, I'll go back to Guy and the little plays, the digging out loose balls, finding ways to impact the game. I thought Loon was great. This happens every year. I take Loon out of the lineup, bring him back, and then I'm like, why did I take Loon out of the lineup? He's a winner. So I just thought there were a lot of guys who really contributed tonight to what you're talking about, defense to offense, the game connecting. That's why we had multiple runs. Our defense led to good offensive possessions. Buddy was great, knocked down shots, but also, defense off the ball, staying connected. And then Dennis as well. I mean, we're so lucky to have Dennis. His defense on Cade Cunningham, that would have been Wiggs' guy tonight. And without Wiggs, we decided to put Dennis on him, try to get underneath him with his speed, and I thought Dennis did a great job of that.
All right, we are flying above the rim, courtesy of OAK. We'll be calling that with Schroeder on K.
Who is it?
Who is it? It's not Eric Chicago.
Indiana, big fella. Ooh.
Tobias Harris made a business decision there.
Playing
Did not
with
want to jump.
force consistently. This is what TJD is bringing to the game right now. I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. 2 hands for safety right there, setting a great screen, diving to the front of the rim. Shout out to Dennis Schroeder finding him there, and Draymond finding him on the split cut right here.
Woo.
Finish with force, big fall. Make them make a business decision every time you go up, not wanting to block your shot.
Another double-double for TJD, Bully.
Great awareness. I love the fact he's screening, rolling. He's always in the right place. I thought, as you said, Fez, I thought the ball was delivered at the right time and the right place to him. A lot of times we've seen him getting caught too deep in the paint. Tonight, out where he could do something with it, 7 of 9 from the field.
No doubt, 14-10 for Trace Jackson
Double-double,
Davis,
you know?
a.k.a. Air Indiana out in Motown.
fella.
Again, the Warriors going to win. They're a game up over 500. What about quiz these guys? These guys are historians of the league. But do they know the Pistons? A little Pistons history 101 coming up. I'll tell you on the Warriors post-game live. Come on, Mr. Vanderbilt. You got it.